Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. Today I have here the Id.4 GTX. I want to drive it a bit, see how all-wheel drive is, how the regen is. I just had the Id.4 for 2 weeks, so I'm not going into much detail with the car. It's basically the same. I looked inside. A few things look a bit different, but it's the same car, different rims. I like those rims better. No, they're great. They're almost the same as my Id.3. I want to go on a highway, drive 180, see how the stability is at that speed, because normally Id.4, Id.3 only go up to 160. And then the car is at 36%. Hopefully can get it down to 15 or something. I want to drive, I want to go to an Ionity charger and charge it there, because there was someone who tested the car and said that the car was charging faster than a normal Id.4. And I want to see if this is true. I already checked the infotainment system and it's 0792, so there's not a newer software on this GTX. It's the normal software that all the Id.4 and Id.3 now have. So 2.1. So let's drive a bit. Let's go into our software that you can see that it's the same thing. Yellow. That's different. System information 0792 and no updates. But that's normal. Ooh, takes a bit. Yeah, I just reset my trip. Let's drive a bit. I put in B because I want to check the regen, because that's important with an all-wheel drive model, especially to the Id.4, Id.3, where the regen is not that great since it is rear-wheel drive and they're scared on slippery roads that if we have too much braking in the rear, the car could slid. And with all-wheel drive, they don't have that. So if I... No, it's not that much more. Regen is not stronger on a thing like this. Maybe I have to be faster to get a bit more regen. And of course, accelerate a bit. No one behind me. It's straight here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I have to be in sport mode. Sport and go. It's better. It's better than the normal Id.4, but not woohoo power. Whatever am I? 35%. Let's drive to the highway. Let's check the regen at 100 kilometers an hour. It's now. It's also not that much stronger. Nah, almost no difference. And accelerating from 60 in sport mode. Well, this is new that in sport it's red. Yeah, it has more punch. It feels better. This is how the normal Id.4 should be. That's better. I don't feel that it has a harder suspension. Feels good. I hear the motor more because there's a motor in front. I hear that. Yeah, this whining noise. Can you hear it? Yeah, that's more. You can notice that right away. Since in all Id.4, Id.3 the motor is in the rear and there's so much stuff between you and the motor, you can barely hear it. And here the motor is right there in front and there's not too much blocking it. Yeah, regen is not that much more. Maybe it's not even more at all. Power is good, but it needs more. It needs 2 times 150 kilowatt. Yeah. What does it have? 220 kilowatt right now at 300 horsepower, so 100 more. So 50% more than the normal Id.4. And when I'm gonna want to test 180, how it feels driving. But I want to put it into individual for that. And put it in comfort, steering in comfort, ACC in eco, which I don't need, and this also in eco. What is traction? What does it do there? For the winter. Okay, it's nice that it changes color. Maybe I can do that with my ID.3 too, and I never did it because I always have it in blue. Just want to see if 180 at 160 ID.3, ID.4 is amazingly stable, quiet. The steering wheel is amazing at that speed. You can hold it with one hand. You feel still in control. It's not moving around, and that's rare in the cars that I've tested. It's always nice. And I got into the ID.4 when I had the press car for 2 weeks. It just took a minute, and not even a minute. I knew where everything is, but to set it up with the app and everything took a minute. It's nice. Some other cars, it can take a while. I remember the Peugeot E-2008 took so long. The BMW iX3 that I have right now also took a minute. Put in the VIN and say yes in the car and done. It's connected. I like that. And most cars do that. It's just some cars have a weird procedure for that. Yeah, it feels the same than the normal ID.4. I don't feel anything. The good thing is in my ID.4 that I had, the press car, it was also the sport seats. So I love those seats. They're really amazing, especially the headrest. It's right there. In my ID.3, it feels like I have to put my head further back to get to the headrest. And here it's nice. It's here. I like that. So it's the exact same thing. I don't feel any different. Same color. Just this GTX here and the red stitching. It's the same car. That's right. And let's go. Let's see how it is at 180. Loudness too. That would be interesting. 150, 160, 170. You have to slow down. A truck is passing, of course. Yeah, regen is not strong. I'm disappointed with the regen. They could have done way more since it's all-wheel drive. So regen is disappointing. Power is like the ID.4 should have. I can say that. It's nice. This is what it should have from the start. And then the GTX version should have more. Power. I know I'm not a power freak. I don't drive especially fast, but it's nice to feel it, and you don't have to use it all the time. It's just nice. Well, I noticed at 180, when you get off the accelerator pedal, you get the tiny little movement that a lot of EVs have. I would say most of the EVs have that. When the regen kicks in and you're driving faster and it's full regen, you get a tiny bit of a movement. That's okay. Let's go. Let's try the 180 here. 150, 160, 170, 182, 183. How is it? 184. Yeah, one hand on the steering wheel won't cut it. You need two, but I'm also not used to driving 180. That's the thing. Acceleration is good at this speed. Still good power. I like that. But it's full regen. It's not a lot. No, not happy with the regen. Let's see. Do it again. Loudness above 160 is more, of course. You can hear in my ID.3, I can hear the difference between 150 and 160. Totally different loudness. But it's still stable, not as stable as at 160, of course, but still okay. If I do this a few times, it's no problem. No, 180 with ID cars is fine. You can do that. Yeah, even over bumps, it still feels good. Yes, you jump a bit more than with 160, of course, but not as much as, for example, in the Volvo XC40 that has a very soft suspension and you jump around when you go over a bit of a bump. It's not a nice feeling. You feel totally out of control. Here, it's a bit less, I would say it's like with the at high speeds, it's like with the Mercedes EQA 250, the rear wheel drive. It also has a very soft suspension, but on low speed. So even at 100 in the EQA, you jump around. 26%. It's good. What's our consumption? I reset it. 31. 311 watt-hours per kilometer. Average speed is only 88. Yeah, it's the exact same infotainment system, no change. In a few pictures of the Id.4 GTX, you saw a different layout, and I thought this would be in 2.3. But I've seen pictures of the over-the-air update 2.3, and no, it doesn't have that. I already talked about it, what it has in other videos. The car has only 900 kilometers on it. It's brand new. Yeah, it was so nice out to Ringler for them to give me the car. It's nice. I like that. Yeah, I say it all the time. I wouldn't want the head-up display in my ID car. First of all, I don't need it. It's a nice feature, but I don't need it. But the most important thing is that it reflects the light more, and you can see it in the windshield. The brakes feel great though. They're very strong right away. But this was the same in the Id.4. I don't know if they changed the brakes for the GTX. Yeah, it's good. Power is good, but not, oh my god. But that's okay. This is how it should be in the Id.4. If you want to get Id.4 and want to feel power, get the GTX. It's not that much more expensive. It's better in the winter, all-wheel drive. It's a bit louder because of the motor in front. Same comfiness, a tiny bit higher consumption, not a lot. I would say the 180 top speed, I don't think there's something people need. I won't need it. This is just for me testing, but I would never drive 180 the whole time. Even 160 on a long journey is too much. Yeah, it's not as comfy as with Id.3, Id.4 at 160, at 180. So I don't need that. It moves around. I need two hands. Yes, and the tiny of jumpiness. 160 is all you need. That's why I decided that on that. Decided that. So nice, they all go away. They see it's a red car, must have power. I'm half a Ferrari. There we go, car did the sound, and we're charging. We have 20, 30, at exactly 15%. It should give us 126 kilowatt. Let's see if this is more, but I doubt it. 10, 120. No, it's the exact same thing. No difference. I don't know what the other guy saw. Maybe it was a pre-production, pre-thing where the software wasn't done fully. But this is normal. Okay, that's it for that. You saw my opinion on this car. I still think you should get the GTX over the normal Id.4. Just more fun. If that more money. I don't know how much more money it even is. I really don't know. The seats are awesome. I like them. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.